Mhm. That's
I
it.
woke up like this.
Oh my god, don't. Perfect. um, hello. My name is Paul. Um, I'm working with Ariana. Um, we chose What is Poverty? Poverty by Joe Goodwin Parker, page 115 to 118, 119. So we're gonna start off with the first question. Okay. All right. Okay. What is the thesis of this essay?
So me first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I put that the thesis was the last sentence of the first paragraph, saying, "Put yourself in my dirty, worn-out, ill-fitting shoes and hear me," because that really sets the rest of the essay up for, what it's going to talk about.
Yeah, I basically agree with that. I like how she says, "Listen to me, listen without pity." I cannot use you pity, listen with understanding. It really just prepared us to just think, just listen, put ourselves in her shoes, like you said. So I basically prepared myself to just read something real, like as if it was gonna be real. So yeah. So what are some of the themes prevalent?
I thought that the repeated use of the word poverty showed a lot of like a melancholy tone because she gave different definitions every time for the word poverty, and
Yeah,
but she does want you to listen up, and she explains, how what the condition they're in
yeah. She put us in a lot of
or we're
different,
in.
yeah, a lot of different environments. I really felt every paragraph was just a new image in my head. Honestly, like you said, she did repeat poverty a lot, which made me really start thinking about it. Um, yeah, yeah. All right.
Yeah, she put us in her perspective.
And then it also says what in the text exemplifies the themes. Yeah, honestly, a lot of details in what she was explaining, what she went through. Um, for example, yeah, like you said about the diaper. She said, I came
That's
home
on
to,
paragraph 3. Yeah.
yeah, paragraph 3, exactly.
Mira, entonces, ¿tú
When the
sabes qué le dije?
dry diaper came off, bits of my baby's flesh came with it.
¿Dónde vas?
My other child was playing with a sharp bit of broken glass. She really went really in depth, honestly, in every single paragraph.
And then the last child was sitting alone by the edge of the lake.
Exactly.
So she really just gave like a really melancholy, like
Yeah, really
sympathetic tone.
depressing. Honestly, yeah, it was
And that her husband left.
yeah, exactly. Husband left. He didn't
Knew
really
that
want
he
to stay
wasn't coming
anyways.
back.
Exactly. There was no really goodbye to it. As if, yeah, she really said quote unquote goodbye. Um, Also the money problem. That was really a big thing to do with this. She kept explaining that everything costs money, which is true. How prices would go up even 2 cents, even that would affect her. Even 2 cents was too much for her to pay extra. So she really went in depth with that. We really felt, well, I mean, at least I did. I really felt like, yeah, like money was really an issue. Like that was something that, like 2 cents, like that's crazy. So yeah, all right. So the essay is for what type of audience?
Um,
Go
I
ahead.
think the essay is kind of towards, the people that kind of have money because in the last two sentences of the story on page 119, paragraph 15, it says the poor are always silent. Can you be silent too? So I think the author speaking to the people who have more money and, complain about what they don't have.
That is that is exactly true. That is actually that made me change my answer. I was gonna say young-minded people who honestly think that depression is something so little they make it so big. But
Mm.
even throughout everything this lady's gone through, she doesn't complain. I mean, she does what she has to do, and like you said,
Yeah.
like but especially about the money thing. The poor are always silent. and but the people with the most money complain the most, and yeah, that basically sums it up right there, honestly.
Okay, the next question was,
What imagery does the author use to keep the essay interesting?
I think again, the repeated use of poverty, keeps you like, what else is she gonna say? What else does she have to say about, being poor? The poverty is remembering. It is remembering quitting school and try because nice children had been so cruel about my clothes and my smell. So like that really gives you like an image.
Yeah, it really does.
That's paragraph 8.
Yeah, also paragraph 5 where she says poverty is staying up all night on cold nights to watch the fire, knowing one spark on the newspaper covering the walls means your sleeping child dies in flames. That one really
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one definitely got me more into it, honestly. Like this was I started noticing the situation she was in. And summer poverty is watching gnats and flies devour your baby's tears when he cries. That is that brought a big image in my eyes. Like I was literally like something that I never really would imagine.
Yep.
Something
And
like
then
that.
in paragraph 10 it says poverty is looking into a black teacher. Your children won't play with my boys. They will turn to other boys who steal to get what they want.
Mhm. Wow, that was good.
The author uses a lot of like details and is really in depth about what she says, and wants you to put yourself in her perspective, in her shoes, and see how she's seeing it instead of being like the reader and thinking about the greediness.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. What techniques does the author use to help a general reader / audience relate to the essay? I can honestly say I'm not too much of a reading person, but everything was so easy to read. Honestly, like every single thing. There was nothing I really got confused in what was the definition of or anything like that. He really kept it like really simple, honestly, and also used a lot of descriptive. Like I said, like every single paragraph had a situation, like an own story, honestly, behind it, and that also kept like everybody interested.
I think her use of anecdotes also helped because it was like her personal story. So not only was it simple to read, it was like understandable, and that's how it made it relatable. Like you could relate to seeing someone, not having clean clothes, washing things by hand, not having a car.
Yeah, basically like like an own story,
scraping together their food.
Like it was literally like a little play of just in my head. I was really picturing so much. And like it says Parker framed the dialogue that kept us engaged and fascinated, and that's exactly what it did. Let's see, what else could we say? What kind of descriptive language stands out? Descriptive language. Yeah, the diaper one, like you said before.
I think and this is the end of paragraph 8. It says, I knew my husband was leaving the day he left, but there were no goodbyes between us. I hope he has been able to climb out of this mess somewhere. He never could hope with us to drag him down.
I also like when she said yeah, that one was nice. I also like when she said poverty is an acid that drips on pride until all pride is worn away. Poverty is a chisel that chips on honor until honor is worn away. Some of you say that you would do something in my situation, and maybe you would, but for the first week or the first month. but for year after year after year, that one really got me because I know that was true. That one is really true. Like you might try, but when nothing, when you see nothing being fixed or anything like that, yeah, it was.
She also said, this is like an anecdotal part. She said, mostly I remember being married. I was so young then. I am still young. For a time, we had all the things you had. There was a little house in another town with hot water and everything. Then my husband lost his job. There was unemployment insurance for a while, and what few jobs I could get. Soon, all our nice things were repossessed, and we moved back here. I was pregnant then. The house didn't look so bad when we first moved in. Every week, it gets worse. Nothing is ever fixed, and we now had no money. So, she knows how it is to start from having things to not having things.
Exactly. So we can also move on to what is the most vivid image one might take away from this essay? I can honestly say that just picturing the family with like her kids, as she said, the worm. She mentioned that a good 3 times about the worms. Growing up, like the baby had a worm straight after surgery when she had her. Also, like the newspaper flame, like diaper was to get wet. That means she would have to use newspaper or something like that. That one was crazy. So like I just picture like a worn out family. You could just tell by just looking at them that they've been through the worst. So that's honestly the image I get from this.
I think one of the most vivid images for me are like one being in paragraph 3. When she had her last child, they told her she had chronic anemia caused from poor diet, bad case of worms, and that she needed a corrective operation. And when you need something like that, when it's a necessity and you can't have it because you don't have the money for it, that really, affects you because there are like so many people with that situation who are either dying or bedridden because they can't afford to get done what will save their lives.
Exactly. And in her case, it was literally like her life, literally. So what else we have? We have last question. Why was the essay included in the 75 reading text? So yeah, we were in chapter 4, definition. So you want to explain it?
Sure. I think that this story was included in 75 readings because in chapter 4 it says that they're using the definition and that you can use it into 3 categories, and she keeps using the word poverty. In each paragraph that she starts with a different definition. So in paragraph 2 she'll start out with poverty is getting up every morning from a dirt and illness-stained mattress, and then paragraph 3 is poverty is being tired. I have always been tired. Paragraph 4 is poverty is dirt. Paragraph 5 says poverty is staying up all night on cold nights to watch the fire, knowing one spark on the newspaper covering the walls means your sleeping child dies in flames. Paragraph 6, poverty is asking for help.
Yeah, she gives a lot of definitions, honestly.
Poverty is remembering.
Like it really explains itself. Like it really explains why, especially that it was the first story, essay of that chapter. Yeah, honestly, like she gives a lot of extended definitions. A lot of imagery. Yeah, basically it belongs in this chapter, basically, and which means it belongs in the book. So yeah.
Our other partners never sent an email back.
Yeah, we did have one that said that they wanted to, but they didn't respond to our invite. So yeah, and we also had one that didn't respond at all. So yeah, this is what we have right here. So I wish
Is there one last question, or is this it?
I believe that's it. I believe that's it. Why was this essay included? Yeah, I believe that's it.
Okay.
I could double check though. Um, yeah, that was it. So yeah, honestly, we could actually go a little in depth on why we chose this one. Right off the bat, it just I think it was just a good something I wanted to know more about. Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna be like a real life situation of somebody, but it's not something that like it's something that like I'm glad I chose this one, and it brought me a different view of poverty, honestly, and
Yeah. You know, after reading a couple of the stories, this is the one that definitely spoke to me more and, you know, made me, you know, put down everything else I was doing and, like, really pay attention to what she had to say and, like, the situation she was describing, because I come from a family that has been blessed with, you know, having things, and, you know, to read a story about someone who had something and then lost it all. It's just really, like, moving.
yeah, it is, honestly, and it just you just got, it's like kind of teaches you to cherish everything you have right now. You know, everything could literally go away in a blink of an eye. You could be really happy, even when you have children. Like, you would expect to like give them the world and stuff like that, but they're going through already the worst thing in her life right when they're born. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is just something that just it moves you and just teaches you real life situations. Like, this is real life. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay. I have to grab my laptop charger.
Do what you gotta do. So shall I stop this or?
I don't know. I mean, are we done? Yeah.
Basically, yeah. All right. So yeah.
Okay.